Good evening. We present the news summary. Seychelles recorded more than 100,000 visitors during the weekend, this since the reopening of the international airport for commercial flights in March this year. Passengers on flight El Al from Tel Aviv, Israel were welcomed this morning by traditional dancers to the beat of Mutia drums. They also received a small souvenir courtesy the Department of Tourism. The Director General for Destination Marketing, Bernadette Wilhelmine, said that this milestone was proof that efforts by the government and its partners in the tourism industry were bearing fruit. The Steering Committee for Elderly Homes and Disabled Trust Fund is revising the policy that governs the two facilities. The revision will bring about certain changes in criteria for applications to be placed in elderly homes and to receive assistance under the Disabled Trust Fund. The chairperson of the committee, Rosa Morin, says that the revision is being done with the aim of bringing more transparency to the application and approval procedures and to update the policy. The new criteria emphasize that elderlies applying to be placed in homes must be independent, and assistance under the Disabled Trust Fund will extend to purchasing specialized equipment.
The newly established committee felt that there was a lot of things lacking in the previous policy. So our aim was to revise the existing policy, bring in new clauses that were missing, and also to give publicity out there for the public to know that there is this fund, that there are ways that they can come in to apply for assistance under the Disability Trust Fund, and as well for them to be able to come and apply for the elderly to be placed in an elderly home.
Operators of diving centers put across their concerns to the Minister for Tourism during a meeting held on Friday. The meeting forms part of the minister's effort to discuss with all operators in the tourism industry the challenges they face and ways of improving visitor experiences. Lack of facilities and attractions when clients are diving and issues relating to the licensing were the main points of concerns by the operators of diving centers. The Principal Secretary for Tourism, Shirin Francis, said that all the points were valid and that the ministry will do its best to address those that can be addressed by the ministry, starting with a decompression chamber on Pralin and a jetty at Belombre for embarkation and disembarkation of clients.
Rather than looking at numbers, keep building hotels all over the place, I would like eventually that we stop building, we consolidate, and work more on getting the yield. Basically, get more from the visitors that come. Beauvalon, for example, I see that it's starting to be quite crowded, especially the weekend. We would like people to still, find themselves on a beach, not that close to what they would see on certain beaches in certain European countries, Mediterranean countries in particular.
The University of Seychelles, UNISE, celebrated its 12th anniversary as customary over the last 6 years with a lecture. This year's lecture was given by the governor of the central bank, Caroline Abel, in which she addressed the need for educating people. The university says that it chose Ms. Abel as this year's speaker due to the population being interested in economic and financial matters. Ms. Abel spoke particularly about capacity building of the workforce.
Over these past decades, the central bank has consistently nurtured its staff, students, and the general public by providing opportunities for personal development, both in terms of professional qualifications as well as the softer skills that are so often overlooked. My intention is not to deliver an academic lecture, but rather show how learning can happen at all levels, through time, when we have a conducive environment and how enriching it can be.
The Thai ambassador to Seychelles, Sasirit Tangurat, has planted kokodume sampling in the botanical garden. This was during a visit in the garden together with a delegation from the Seychelles Parks and Garden Authority. The ambassador visited the Thai garden, which was inaugurated 7 years ago. Ambassador Tangurat described the visit as very meaningful and that in the future she wants to bring more Thai herbs in the garden. The Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Parks and Garden Authority said that the visit was to strengthen the relationship between Seychelles and Thailand.
So the purpose for the Thai embassy visit in the botanical garden is to strengthen the relationship, the partnership we have over the years. The Thai embassy has been a continued support for the botanical garden. And today, with the new ambassador coming here in Seychelles, we want to strengthen this relationship because we had a lot of exchanges, bilateral cooperation in terms of capacity building between Seychelles and Thailand. So we just want to strengthen that and ensure that we continue getting the support from their embassy.
This was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.